All right, welcome everybody to Infuse. And I am Britta Dimmler. I'm here with my partner in crime, Skyla Mann. And actually, I should say partner in prosperity, right? Because we're not in crime, we're prosperous and we're in abundance here, and exactly where we want each of you to be. And so we really want to just open this up tonight. We just as a review, the next 5 weeks will be about this book, The 5 Pillars. Okay. And we were really excited to start this. Skyla and I have been talking about this for quite a while, about this book and preparing, and we found some really great resources. And then last week we were in Utah, and during our leadership retreat, we were reminded that sometimes we have to truly start back at the beginning and make sure that we're on the same page, that we have cleared up any misconceptions or confusion. And some of you might be like, I don't even know, I'm not sure if I want to do a business because I don't fully know what that means. Some of you might be thinking, well, I've been in the past, but things have changed and I don't know what CV and PV and kit buying and all the other stuff. I don't understand the changes, or I just didn't stay caught up on those. So whatever that is for you, that's what we want to answer, and just to kind of do a quick review of those things so that we all can start on the same page and be encouraged. The other thing our goal is for this Infuse time on Monday nights is to establish a community, and so that you guys and us, that we each feel like we are a part of something that's bigger than me and my family and my little bubble. Okay, because we've all had hard times. I mean, this last week, the last 5 days in my house has been really tough. And I am so thankful I have a community to reach out to, and those few trusted people that I can dump it all with, but also that there's people that even if they don't know, they still support me in whatever way. And that's what we want to be for you as well. Okay. Back when we first started, we created an amazing community of people, and we had classes every week, and people we were just involved in each other's lives, and it was a beautiful thing. And that's what we hope to do through Zoom, if you will allow us. Okay. So Skyla, I'm going to let you say hi and anything that you want to add, and then we will jump into hopefully some questions.
Absolutely. So I'm Skyla Mann, in case we haven't met yet. Thank you so much for being here. I echo absolutely everything that Britta shared. And I want to add 2 things. Number one, I want you to grab an oil. Hopefully you have some near you. Whatever oil you feel drawn to right now. It might be clarity. It might be forgiveness. It might be awaken. You pick your oil. Okay. I'm a huge fan of awaken. I'm actually going to put that on right now. And I want you to just take a couple really big, deep breaths. Okay. And what I would like for you to do is give yourself permission to just start where you are. I don't want anybody to come to Infuse feeling behind, inadequate, confused. You might feel confused, but we're going to help eliminate that. But what we don't want you to arrive like beating yourself up. Because quite frankly, Britta and I could cover that for you. Okay, I'm just being honest. There's been so much. And you guys, what we know, that Britta and I talked about this last week in Utah, that even in the midst of crazy, crazy times and difficult times, believe it or not, Young Living is still sending product. They're still sending paychecks. And our company is rock solid. And the abundance, for those of us that have been sharing for years, I don't know all of you, so I don't know where you are in your business journey, but it has continued even when we feel like we've lost lost track and lost grip of what we thought we had a hold of. So I just want you to come and just be open, and please, please, please be honest. If you have questions, put them in the chat box or write them down on your paper so that you can turn on your mic and share them verbally. There is no dumb question. Okay. That's rule one. Because I promise you, if you have the question, so do at least 4 other people on this call. Okay. So are we all good with those ground rules? Oiled up? Feel free to keep oiling if you need to. The more, the merrier, right? Okay. So you want to start with your list, Britta, or do you want to start in the chat box?
Yeah, I think we'll start with the list first. Okay.
Okay.
So first question is to touch on just giving clarity regarding the 24% discount for new product users. So most of you probably know back in July, prior to July of 2021, to start with Young Living, you purchased a premium starter kit or a basic kit. And that included products as well as your membership, right? And so in July, they said, okay, we no longer have to buy a membership. Actually, it might have been August when it actually went into effect, but you don't have to buy a membership anymore. You can just get started with anything you want. Now, there are still product kits. I believe they're called starter bundles, I think. So you can still get started with the kit with the oils and the diffuser, or the kit with Ningxia Red, or a Thieves kit. I believe those are the 3 that we have right now. And so those still come with the same PV. I believe they're still the same price. You guys, they still truly are the best deal and the best way, I think, for people to get started. But they no longer have to. So if you're out talking to someone and you're sharing a story, and let's say I was telling somebody about how much I love Sacred Mountain, because I usually wear a necklace that has a little roller on it. And I get so many people that say, oh, what is that? What's in your roller? Well, generally it's Sacred Mountain, or it's a blend called Shine Bright that Skyla shared with me and that I love. And whenever I roll it on somebody's wrist, they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. How do I get it? Right. So now I can say, well, you go to youngliving.com, and ideally, you guys, I would just recommend ideally that you do it with them. Okay. Let's go to youngliving.com. Let's do it right here on my phone, and we can get that oil shipped to you. Okay. Because sometimes there is a glitch that, it seems like we always say there's a glitch. So with Young Living, there's a few things we can expect. We can expect amazing products, right? We can expect the best quality essential oils on the planet, and we can expect commissions to be paid. And sometimes we can expect computer glitches, right? So let's just call it what it is. But I also know that they always make it right. So, and I would just say sometimes there's a glitch. So let's just do it right now if you're okay with that. So we still want to make sure that we give them our member number or your customer number so that you can enroll somebody, okay, or they can enroll with you. And if they say, well, what am I signing up for? I would explain it that, you know what, you're just going to be connected with me in the computer system so that I can support you and so that I can get you hooked up with my support team as well. Doesn't that sound cool? Right? Versus, well, you're signing up for this thing and you're going to be, committed for life, and you're just being connected so that I can follow up with you, and you might get texts from people that support me also. So they can start with anything, and then builders qualify for commission in the beginning ranks a couple of different ways. And this is really kind of cool. Okay. So first of all, if you were a business, let's see, prior to July of 2021, there were 4 things that you could do to be classified as a brand partner. And this is a big question that a lot of people ask me still today when we send out, hey, you're about to go inactive. It's been a year since you've ordered something. People will respond back and say, okay, it says I'm a customer. Does that mean I'm not getting my 24% discount anymore? No, it doesn't. It means that they are still getting their 24% discount. They're just not making money. Right? With Young Living. They truly are what we would call customers because they love our products. And that's usually what I say. We recognize you love our products, but you're not making any money. And so you're a customer. You can still earn your 24% discount. They earn that by having, and right now it's still, you can do a 50 PV order or an item on subscription. And actually, let me change that. tell them to do 100 PV order, one time 100 PV order, because then it's going to be cover them forever. Okay. One time 100 PV order will cover them for a year, or one item. And it could be a lip balm or a bottle of frankincense. It doesn't really matter, or a box of Ningxia on subscription. And that subscription can go through every 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. Okay, so there's a ton of flexibility here, and it doesn't mean that they're, again, committed for life, but as long as they have something on subscription, they will continue to earn the 24% discount. Okay, if the subscription order processes every month, then they earn the 10, 20, and 25% loyalty reward points. Okay, if it processes at 50 PV every month, then they earn the points. Okay, if it processes at 20 PV, they still get their discount, right? So they're not losing out on anything at 20 PV. They're still getting their products, and they're still getting their 24% discount, but they're not going to earn the loyalty reward points. Okay, Skylar,
Does that make sense to everybody? I see people taking notes. So Lori, do you have a question?
I just joined in.
Welcome.
Go ahead,
Can I ask-
Liliana.
Yeah.
I just joined in, so didn't hear before, but maybe I can go back and hear the video.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for joining us. Lori, did you have a question?
Okay, can I just clarify that so I have it straight? Okay,
Yes.
so in order to get the discount, where before it was purchasing the starter kit, now it is a 100 PV order or anything on subscribe to save. Anything, as long as it's okay. And you said, okay, so it doesn't have to be every month. It can be monthly, every couple months, as long as there's some regularity to it, 1, 2, or 3 months.
Yep.
Okay. 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 So if I have somebody that only,
Oops.
Oh,
Hang on.
sorry. This is jumping around. I'm trying to, if you guys are unmuted, if you could unmute yourselves. I think most of you are. It's not letting me mute everybody. Oh, maybe I can.
There we go. I think you got it.
All
Okay,
right,
now Lori
I
needs to
might have just
unmute.
muted you, so sorry.
There we go.
Okay.
okay. Okay. So if I have somebody that's interested in, like, say, the thieves cleaner,
Mhm.
and they decide they want to get it every 3 months. So that could be, they would still get the discount. So they would just like sign up, and that they could do that. If, okay. And then what if they maybe kind of stopped it? They're still good for a year?
Well, the account will stay on the system in order to, but their 24% will end. If they come back and just order, $20, they'll pay retail price at that point.
Okay, so if
Okay.
they would do the every 3 months for the thieves cleaner, maybe 2, 3 times, and then then they would go back to being a retail customer.
Right, unless they have 100 PV order. 100 PV order will unlock the discount for a year.
Okay. Okay, I think let me process that. I think I'm good though.
Okay.
Thank you.
So when you're starting to talk to somebody, you guys, what I would encourage you to do is, say you can get started with anything. And I would say if it's 100 PV, then you're good for a year. You're going to keep your discount, the 24% discount on any order through the year. If you don't want that much, that's totally fine. Let's just get it throw it on subscription. You can do it however often you want. If you need to cancel it at some point, that's fine. But that way you continue to unlock the discount. Most people want to unlock a discount, right? Because when I got in, I didn't want the products, but I was not paying full price for products I didn't want either. So I was going to unlock that discount.
Right on. And the other thing I would add is remember that we're in many cases, maybe not all of them, we're trying to help people get started on an entire wellness journey. So very rarely do people just want one bottle of Thieves Cleaner and then they want to be done. Usually people, they start to catch the vision because of the story that you have shared. And they may enter the door with one thing, but then remember all the amazing tools that we have. We've got a wellness quiz in the Lifesteps app that is free. We have those. Have you all seen the carbon copy transfer buying sheets? Do you know what I'm talking about? I can grab one if need be. Those are awesome tools to say, okay, we're not going to do this all at once, but let's figure out a 3 or 4 month plan for your wellness journey. And it takes the pressure off of like, okay, we have to get everything you want in your first order. Because, you know, if we're in a scarcity mindset, we're afraid they're going to order once and run. But we're into developing relationships and helping people on this journey. So we're just going to take them one step at a time. So try to come at it from that angle, and I think it will help.
Awesome. And Teresa, I see that you asked, so from the very get-go, they can earn the 24% discount no matter the amount. So that's with a 100 PV order or with something on subscription. If they say, I don't want a 100 PV order and I'm not putting anything on subscription, then they will pay retail. Okay. So again, put it on subscription one time and they can cancel it later if they, you know, if they're like, well, I don't want it for another 6 months, they could cancel. They could, in 6 months, they could put it back on subscription, get it ordered again at the discount, and then continue that way if they want. Now, but going back to what Skyla said, we want to help people, you know, see that this is a lifestyle that it can become. And if they actually use the products, they're going to find that, oh, I am out of peppermint because it was so amazing, right? Or I do need some more Ningxia because I really like the taste and they just do feel better, or multi-greens or whatever. Okay, let's go to brand partner versus customer. So I think I started to say this, and actually, Skyla, do you want to go over the 4 ways to that people became a brand partner, and then we can talk about how they're commission qualified?
Sure, we'll see. I have absolutely 0 notes in front of me, so let's just do pop quiz with Skyla and see what she can remember. Feel free to add your feedback. Okay, so one of the ways is if you have received a commission, okay, and I think it was in the past year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you received any paycheck in the past year, if you had
and that would include a product credit. Some people will only got $10, like a product credit. That includes a product credit, okay, that they got because of commission or bonus.
Right on. Good. If you had enrolled someone in the past year, which obviously you would have probably earned a commission then, so those two do go together. Let's think together. If
you rank, if you
rank anywhere, any level. I have no idea what the 4th one was. I can't think of it.
There were business tools that you could purchase.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's gonna, you guys, you have to do that. We just found out, and they haven't released all the specific criteria, but we need to do one of those things every year to stay as a brand partner. Okay. Brand partner means that you can earn commission. That's the only thing that it means, you can earn commission. Now, if currently you got reclassified as a customer and now you say, well, wait a minute, I want to be a brand partner, you can go in and you can purchase the business essentials kit, which comes in an envelope like this, okay? And inside of it, I don't think I have it all right here, I do have it. Or at least have part of it. You get the Rise book, and this is $30, okay? $29.95, I think. You get the Rise book, you get a 90-day calendar that has a lot of different business planning and stuff, and you get a Rise to Royal book, okay? And a card to a card to sign up for my YL for 3 months free. So this pays for your whole business essential kit. Okay, this right here, if you use it, you don't have to, you know, because like I have this card and I think I have not used it since they sent me this kit, but I could sign up for my YL today and I would have it for free for 3 months. Okay, so, and this is just a collection that they put together to help you get started on building your business. So, and that's how a brand new person would get started as a brand partner. They would buy the business essentials kit. Okay, you have to be a brand partner in order to earn commission. Customers cannot earn commission right now, but they can enroll people. It's just that they don't have the back office, so they don't get to see any of the stuff that we, you know, and placing people and whatever. So let's say Lori decided I'm not a brand partner. I want it, but my mom wants to order something. My sister wants to order something. And so that she signs her up, I, as a brand partner, could give Lori a $10 product credit if I wanted to, or something like that. Or, you know, or if you're having a party and somebody wants to get started. And then I can move them, you know, under wherever. Well, I think I can move them if I was an enroller. I guess I don't know. Skylar, speak to that.
I think you could, but I still feel like it would be more advantageous to just say, Lori, let's sit down and visit about why it would be a good idea to get this $30 business essentials kit, because you guys, I still want people to stay with who introduced them. If it was Lori's mom or Lori's sister, darn it, I want them to stay with her. But there will probably be times when maybe that doesn't happen. So then, yeah, I think you can reallocate them elsewhere. But Britta, can I ask you one question though? If, let's say Lori remained a customer, she did enroll someone, can you please, or do you know what happens to that commission?
I believe, well, the bonuses would still go to the enroller, but since she's a customer, she won't get paid on them. So they just are disappeared. It'd just be like if in the past, if somebody enrolled somebody, but they didn't place their own PV order, the bonus was gone. So it would be the same thing.
It just evaporates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if though she's a brand partner, if Lori is a brand partner, okay, sorry, Lori, you're the little square I'm seeing, so I'm gonna use you. If Lori's a brand partner and let's say she enrolls her sister and her sister orders 50 PV, okay, a product, that will be and Lori leaves her on her front level. So she's on Lori's level 1, then Lori the sister's PV becomes Lori's CV, which is customer volume. And so Lori now is at 50 CV, okay? So at that point, if she says, well, I want to make sure I get paid this month, I want 100 PV, Lori would just have to order 50 PV to go along with the 50 CV, and then she's at 100. So then now you've earned your commission, right? I love the fact that now they have added in your virtual office, when you look in all the columns, it's like name and member number and I don't know, subscription date and all of that. There's a column called COMQUAL, so commission qualified, right? COMMQUAL. And that's either a yes or a no. So it tells you what it tells it. If it's yes, it means that you have met either you've personally ordered 100 PV, you're a brand partner, or you have at least 100 CV, okay, which is your volume and your customer on your level 1. Customer, yeah, it has to be customer on level 1 for CV. If you have a brand partner on your level 1, their volume does not count as CV for you. Okay, so it's only truly customers that go into customer volume. Okay, does that make sense for everybody?
Okay, I was just starting to type up an answer for Paula, who asked how to reactivate someone who has gone inactive. We're going to treat those just like any other person. So they can do a 50 or 100 PV order. 100 will get them free shipping. That's That is what I always default to.
Mhm.
100 PV, they get free shipping and they've got their discount for the whole year. Or they can do a subscribe to save order that will still get them their 24% discount. And that can be any product at any level. So they have lots of options there. Good question. Okay, let's see here. I'm reading Michelle's comment. If I end up not having anybody under me this year, or they don't order anymore, will I lose my brand partner status? You will, unless you do some of the other things. So let's see. I don't know what level you're at, Michelle, but earning commission during the year, or I don't know if they will ask us to purchase the brand or the business essentials kit. Britta, do you happen to know if you want to re-up your brand partner status, is purchasing another business essentials kit an option?
So if they're not currently a brand partner, if they're labeled as a customer, then yes, they would need to do that. We're not sure because we're not sure what it's going to be for next year. But so here's the thing, you have 6 months, enroll somebody,
Right?
Go and share with somebody. And so that you can, because that's our whole goal anyways. As a brand partner, the goal is to share options, share hope, share love with other people.
Yep. And truly, I mean, I don't want to sound harsh, but if you don't enroll a single person in a whole year, are you really a business builder?
No.
You know, maybe we can argue that different ways, but that's kind of the idea of this, is to help you build so that you're generating income.
And you're addressing Michelle's question right there.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And Michelle, even if they go inactive, if somebody is falls off, but you still have maybe earned a commission or, been a star yourself, it doesn't matter what happens necessarily in your team. It's all about what you're doing. Okay. So that's where we have control as builders, as brand partners, is that we get to determine, okay, so I've lost my downline because life has happened. So I'm going to go and share again, and I'm going to enroll somebody, or, I'm going to help somebody get started. That's probably the easiest, is to enroll somebody versus ordering $500 of product, because then you hit start. So, and we really, the goal is we want you to help you get your oils paid for. So then if you want to order $500 of product, you can do that, because that's, it's awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, can I go with just CV if I have 100 and not have to order anything myself and still earn commission? Yes. If you are a brand partner and you have 100 CV, so you have somebody or several people on your front line. Okay. So this is about sponsor. It's not about enroller, because they have to be on your level 1 as customers. If their orders all equal 100, you do not have to order. Again, though, that's kind of Skylar had said earlier, we want to remember that what I do, so as I go, so my team goes. So if I say, oh, you don't have to order anything, guess what? If I just got started, and they made this rule for the people that just get started, that you don't have to put a bunch of money into this in order to earn commission, right? But if you don't have your own stories and you're not connected to the community where you're hearing stories, then it's hard to continue to share and to inspire other people to get started with you. Okay. The transfer buying sheets. Oh, Skylar, you answered that.
Yep,
Sorry.
I got that one.
Okay.
They come from oilsinharmony.com. And just in case you haven't seen them, it's just a long laundry list here of different categories: personal care, skincare, pet care, vitamins and supplements. And it's so simple, because you just invite somebody to check off the things that they use. And then, like magic, after they check it off, you open that up and it has all the Young Living equivalents of those things. It's just brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And as an old teacher, I'm so happy to see carbon copy still being used.
Now, the other thing I want to point out, if you don't have access to that, you don't have to go spend a lot of money, because Skyla and I both created a
Yep.
getting started document. And you can find, if you haven't seen that, then ask us, we can send it to you. But it walks you, and it would walk a brand new person through, like, what are the next steps? Okay. And one of the things on that document is a box where a sheet, I can't think what it's called. Skylar, do you remember? Where you check the boxes of the different products you use.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the second part of, you can substitute it with, you know, whatever the Young Living is, but that's what we can do for them, right? We can give them suggestions and recommendations. So, okay. Teresa would like that. So Skylar, you can send that to Teresa.
Okay.
All right. Another question that we had was, if a person under you is a brand partner and they are not spending any money and don't have CV, they will not make a check. That's correct. But who makes commission off of the people under them? So just like as in the old plan, we have a thing called compression. So if someone isn't earning their own commission, right? The brand partner isn't ordering anything, and the commission qualified column says no, then it will roll up, okay? And it compresses just like it used to. So okay, Skylar, if these people are mine, then you can just send me the names too. Sorry.
Well, tell you what, we will both repost the getting started documents. Okay.
Yes, in our Facebook group, so you can look for those. All right. Okay, so there is that, and then, okay, Dwayne wrote a little book here, so I'm going to try to summarize it. Okay, and Dwayne, if I miss something, you can help. So he says social media overwhelms him. But he wants, let's see, info he can hand to prospects to start conversations as I build relationships and know their needs. So Dwayne, I'm going to refer you also to our getting started documents, and it's actually on a Google Drive. And so it's something that you could, there are several documents that you will be able to print out. Kind of like the one that Skyla just showed that we were talking about. That's one that you could print, I believe, and you could hand that to a prospect. The biggest thing I really think of, that's the biggest testimony, is just hand them your bottle and say, use it right now. And let's just see how you respond to it, because people will have a response to the oils, okay, or to the products. If you don't want to hand them your whole big bottle, there are little bitty sample bottles that you can get, or you can get, I don't have any on my desk, but I still love, Young Living sells the little sample packs of lavender, lemon, peppermint, I think peace and calming, and thieves. So I think there's 5 of them, but they're like gum wrapper size. So you could hand those out to people, get your favorite ones. And there's 2 or 3 uses probably in a package, and hand those to people so they can experience the products. Let's see. And sharing your own stories, I think, is so huge. And if you don't have a story, that's why you need community, so that you can gather and hear more of those stories. Let's see.
And asking more like hearty questions, you guys. I think a lot of people will lead you into exactly what they need if we just ask better questions. So just try to keep that in mind. Instead of you feeling like you have to have everything to give them, just, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. And they will tell you exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah. Skyla, will you talk a little bit about the Lifesteps app? Because there's a free version of this that you all should have. If you can kind of show them or walk them through like what all it offers, because I think you're a little more familiar with it maybe than I am.
I think that this app is absolutely amazing. And I will admit, I went ahead and paid for the pro version. And so sometimes I have a hard time remembering what you can see on the free side versus on the pro side, but it is called Lifesteps. It was created by a Royal Crown Diamond couple, John and Courtney Kreitz. And I know you will not be able to see this, but the icon, just in case there's more than one, it's green and it has 2 white leaves, just so that you know what you're looking for. But you guys, you can use this Lifesteps app almost like a desk reference, amongst other things. But when you open it up, there is a search bar right at the very top, and it says something about, oh, I just touched it, search resources. So yesterday I typed in here the word sleep, and there are so many entries from diffuser recipes to blog articles, and everything that you see in there can be shared. It's incredible. And this is right at our fingertips. There's also a ton of graphics. If you are searching for a pretty picture to put in your Instagram story or on your Facebook page, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. You can save resources so that you've got all of your favorites at your fingertips. There's a ton of DIY recipes. The other thing that surprised me is they have training videos in here. So there's a business basics starting steps that I can click on. I'm so sorry, you can't see that. I can click on it and it's a Zoom video. So other leaders have contributed to this and truly made it incredible. Every month they put the monthly promos and the graphics, and there's tremendous write-ups. So what I've done is I'll take all the verbiage that they share, I copy it and paste it into a note or into a Word document. And then you can just share bits and pieces of that with people throughout the month. You can use it in your stories. If you have a Facebook group, that's content that is already written for you, and you just pair it up with a picture. You know, you can take your own picture holding up a bottle of oil, snap a picture of it if you want to, or you can use their graphics that they've got. But there are so many resources here. Photos and graphics, recipe and DIY, things specifically for new members, education, wellness boxes, videos, tools, even things for international markets and Young Living content. So it's free, use it. If you love it, upgrade to the Pro, but you do not have to.
And I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can see on my screen there, it says Pro on a couple of these. So those aren't available. You can see them, right? But the rest of these are all free. And so as you scroll, I mean, these are just, I was in the courses part here, looking at the different, sorry, you can't really see this.
I know, it's so
But
hard.
so many of them, you guys, there's so many resources here that are free that you, for your education, as well as to pass on to others. And so Dwayne, one of Dwayne's questions was, you know, I need information, or I'd like information to share with them why Young Living is different, what sets us apart. And I think you're going to find a ton of that right here in these resources. It was asked if you can access this on online, and I believe you can. Just go to, you need to download. Well, I can get it on my computer, I know, because you can download from the App Store on your computer, the app as well. And then you'll be able to see these resources. So it may not be online, because I think on Chrome, let's say, it's right. Your actual website. If you have the Pro version, they give you a website as well. And the Pro version, it's $24 a quarter. So it's $100 a year. It's not super expensive, you guys. It's a great deal. And I don't think you're not going to go wrong with it. Let me say it that way, because just based off of all the education and information and graphics and everything else that's available, it's an incredible resource. Okay.
Right
on. Let's see. So have we gotten all of you guys, all your questions? Hopefully we have online still. And anyone check one other place here. And Skylar, do you have any other questions that you have been presented with?
We've got a couple more. Let me go back to the beginning here. Okay, so Denise just asked kind of a State of the Union question. Why are there so many people leaving Young Living? And I think it depends entirely on who you ask and who you're paying attention to. Sometimes a very small group of people is very noisy, to be honest. And really, as a body, the membership of our company is very secure, but we can't change human nature. I'll say that. And there are people who are just wired to chase shiny objects. And if their feathers get ruffled in one place, instead of digging in and maybe doing the heart work that needs to be done, they run to the next new thing. And that's just human nature for some folks. So there have been people that have left, and depending on who you follow on social media, there were a couple of big, Royal Crown diamonds that decided to leave. Quite frankly, between you and me, I just still can't quite get my head wrapped around it. I think they're crazy because I know about my own residual income, and I can only speculate about what theirs was. And I think you're just nuts. But you guys, here's the cool thing. When Britta and I were just in Utah, there is a resurgence of committedness and like just a fire in our belly about the loyalty that exists in Young Living. Mm-hmm. And I honestly do not care how many people decide to chase shiny objects. They are never going to find a company like Young Living, built on integrity and with the quality of products and the quality of leadership we have. I say, let the wheat be separated from the chaff and be gone. I mean, it must not have been a good fit. I don't know. Jim Rohn would say, you just, what did he say? I don't know. You just don't.
For that class.
Yeah, don't sign up for that class. Why does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? It just does. Yeah. And I don't know. We can't explain human nature. Some people are just like that. And I know that we could lay awake at night worrying like, oh no, is my team going to be next? But that does not serve anybody, right? And honestly, I'm not worried about that because we have built beautiful teams with relationships and the best products on the planet. And if it's not a good fit for somebody, I learned 3 little words from Sonia a long time ago that have really helped me. Bless and release. Okay, so that's my answer. Yes, somebody already typed it in before I could say it. Yeah. Right on.
And again, I think that there's lots of rumors and there's a lot of people, like Skyla said, that have a loud voice right now, or they're just trying to stir up doubt and discontent. And there's certainly, again, kind of like what we said before with Young Living, there's going to be glitches. That's just something that we know. Sometimes people get tired of the glitches though, right? And so then those loud voices start creating more discontent, and it's easy to start listening to them. But here's the thing that Jahan Thomas reminded us of again, and I think Skylar mentioned it earlier, but Young Living still sent me my products this whole last year. Sometimes it might have been a little late, or not how I wanted it to be packaged or whatever. Or it might have been out of stock, but when they got back in stock, I got my products. They still sent me my commission, and they still have customer service, even if it's not the best or whatever. They're still there trying to make things better and improving every day. And I can tell you that I will be here because first of all, I would never want to have to rebuild all this. But second of all, because we truly do have the best products. So Skyla and I have both posted in the last week on our pages on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with Young Living? Are you all in, or, where are you at? And you guys, a lot of you were super honest and said, I'm so with the business, but I am all in with product. And I will tell you 100%, you do not get that with other companies, because we were in another multi-level and I liked the products, but when we quit doing the business part of it, I didn't, there were like 2 or 3 products I continued to use over the years. Not the 20 or 30 or 50 that I was using while I was building, right? But I will tell you, with Young Living, even those of you who have stepped back, or you're kind of just playing around with, do I want to do this or not? You're using the products, you're having experiences, you have stories. And a lot of you have said, I can't imagine my life without this, without the products. So we want to help you get to the point where you're like, I can't imagine my life without the business too, because, and I do want to fit it into the cracks and the crevices in my life. Not that I have to be all out hustle mode, because hustle is not sustainable and it's tiring, and we've all done it, but that we are sustainably, sharing a little bit every day, or making a contact. Maybe it's just, all I'm doing today is just sending somebody a text saying, hey, I was just thinking about you, but I'm working on the relationship, right? Or I'm following up with somebody. Any contact you're having with people, that I believe that can be an IPA, as long as it's, a relationship building. Now, if your contact is, I'm going to gripe with you about how bad the world is right now, probably not really uplifting and powerful and going to be like somebody I want to hang out with all the time. But if I am being, uplifting, if I'm being uplifting and I'm working on the relationship and being supportive and different things, it's a game changer. Okay. So whatever that looks like for you. And I just want to share a quick story. My sister just had a pretty major surgery, and I just got off the phone with her tonight. And she said, Britta, I just cannot believe the number of people who have reached out and supported us. She said, my house, there are flowers everywhere in my house. And she's like, and then I got this big gift basket, and she was telling me about this gift basket today and all this stuff. And she says, and it just makes me feel so like I'm so humbled by their responses. But then I think, what a terrible friend I am, because I don't give that way. Right. And I don't support them when they're time of needs. And I said, but Liesl, what you do and your times where you are supporting them, it's totally different. Your gift isn't gifts, but your gift is quality time, and it's encouragement, and it's those other things. So I say this because it gave her perspective, first of all, in that situation. It gives me perspective too. I don't have the same gifts as Skyla or as Lori or Liliana or whoever. We each have our own gift. We each have our own way to build this business. It doesn't mean that my way is better than your way, or that, somebody that's a Royal Crown Diamond, that her way is like the way to do this. It means that they consistently did it over and over and over and over and over again. Even when it wasn't giving them the results they wanted. They may have made changes when it wasn't giving them the results they wanted, right? But they never quit. And there may have been times when they stepped back because situations or circumstances or family or whatever, but they didn't use that as an excuse to distract them and say, okay, I'm out for 6 months. That even as my life is chaotic, right, during a time, that I'm still showing up in some way. I talked to Marcella Von Harding on this weekend, and she lost her husband 4 months ago, and she's still actively grieving. She was supposed to be at a good friend's memorial service the day on Tuesday. And she was encouraged strongly and realized she needed to show up at this meeting and be present. But she said, Britta, I get so many phone calls every day. Like if without my kids, I couldn't do this business. Okay. And that's real and raw, right? She makes enough money. She could say, I'm done. I'm stepping back. I'm going to take care of this other things. And she wants to, but she also realizes she gets filled in part by connecting with people and by being present. And that's a gift. It's such a gift that she has. Okay. So I say that not to guilt anyone. Okay. If you are at a point in your life where you need to step back or you need to focus on different things, over the weekend, I needed to spend time with my daughter, and I binge watched so much Netflix that like, I never care if I watch Netflix again right now, because it was way too much for me. but I was present with her, right? And I could have instead been on my phone, like, but that's something that she's brought up to me. So, okay, there are times that we have to make adjustments in our life. We understand that. But it doesn't mean that I didn't still communicate with a few people, in the nooks and crannies. When she would go to the bathroom, maybe I'd send a quick text, or when, we took a break at one point and I was able to work for a little bit. So make it work for you, all that to say. Okay. Skyla, go ahead.
Well, there's just one other idea from Jihan. You guys, this gal is incredible, that she shared when we were in Utah. And it really struck me because, both Britta and I probably, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I'll bet you over the years, you've heard us at one time or another talk about the goal of building a business is for freedom, right? To have time freedom and financial freedom and whatnot. Has anybody heard that message come from our mouths? Okay, so that is true. But what Jihan brought to us was this idea that perhaps that isn't everyone's goal. Jihan is a crown diamond and still has her full-time job because she loves it. And she has had it the entire time she's been in Young Living. So what she suggested was that some people might be looking for an asset strategy, not an exit strategy. And we probably are guilty of not talking about Young Living as a financial asset enough. Now it's just about tax time. So Brian and I started last week, getting out the papers and starting that whole process again. And I'm telling you what, if you want to know whether or not Young Living is worth it, run some numbers and see how much money do you have to have in an investment pool in order to get a residual $500 a month free and clear. And if you don't enjoy number crunching like that, talk to my husband because he thrives on it. It is insane. So if you feel like, oh, Skyla, I only make $200 a month. I wish I had the number in front of me. I don't. I'll find it if you'd like, and I'll share it with Britta. But it's not an insignificant amount of money in order to get $200 in interest. It's a chunk of change. And so please don't downplay if you are a star or if you are a senior star and you think this does not even feel like a business. I'm only making 100 or maybe I'm only making 200. It is absolutely a business. But up here, you haven't decided to make it that. So just give it a thought. Chew on that for a while. Maybe you're looking for an asset strategy. Maybe you want something to complement retirement as opposed to an exit strategy. Maybe you like what you're doing, or maybe you're already retired and you're just looking for, how to round out your income. There's lots and lots of ways that this can work for us. But that just hit me like a ton of bricks though, because I thought, I'm just always assuming everybody wants total time freedom because I kind of dig it, but that might not be the case for everyone. So.
Yeah. And again, meeting people where they're at, right?
Right on.
Okay. Did we cover everybody's questions? I hope we did. I'm trying to go through them again real quick. And I'm really glad I didn't promise to do anything with the book because we're out of time. But these were some really, really good questions. And I really hope that it helped clarify things for you guys. And, this is something that we can do again. At other times you can reach out to us as well. And just know that, again, Skyla and I are still kind of like, we fumble through things too. And so if I was talking to somebody brand new, and they ask me a question, it's okay, again, to say, I don't know, but I'll find out. Or I think it's this, but let me find out to make sure, okay? Same with if you're talking to somebody who's thinking about becoming a brand partner or whatever. So just sometimes being vulnerable and saying, I don't know, it's reassuring to them, because then they say, oh, I don't have to know either. It's really hard to think. I've heard several times, however you present to somebody else, however, whatever their first class is like, that's how they're going to think they have to do every class. And when we got started, you know, Sonia, I love Sonia. She has a ton of knowledge and information in her head that even though she was shaking the first time I met her, which made me go, I could do that. But as she got more confident, she didn't shake anymore. She didn't often use paper anymore. And if that would have been my first time to meet her, I'd been like, I can't do that. Right? So make sure that whatever you're doing, keep it simple and refer to your notes and refer to different things so that you can, you know, and say, I don't know. Even if you think you do, say, you know, I'm not for sure on this, but I think it's this way or whatever, so that they know that they don't have to have all the answers and they can share too. And I love that we can help just share stories. So, okay, I'm so thankful that you guys are understanding a little bit more. Again, if you have questions, please reach out to us. We can do more videos. Next week, we are going to get into the 5 pillars. Now, just to set this up, it's going to be maybe 20 minutes of discussion, okay? And then it's going to be 20 minutes of teaching, and then it's all the rest of the time is discussion. So we really want to hear your thoughts, your ideas, your questions. We can come back to some things if we need to as well. But next week, it is all about sharing. So if you have the book, read chapter 1. If you don't have the book, join us anyways, because you may, again, hear some new nuggets, be refreshed, be reminded of things, whatever. And it's a really great resource. So you can search the 5 pillars on Amazon there. It's under $6. If you have Prime, it'll ship right to you. And there are links. I know both of us have posted when we talked about, if you see a succulent picture with this book in it, there should be an Amazon link above it or in the post, so you can grab your own copy. But again, not necessary to have, but invite your friends, okay? And invite the people who are thinking about, well, I don't know. This is the series to help them to hopefully get more confident and think, okay, I can do this too. All right, let me stop the recording. Thank you so much for joining, everybody.
Thank you,
Can't wait to see you next week. Okay, somewhere. Let me stop the recording.